murder, secrets unfold. True crime stories, let the intrigue be told. Grab a seat, get cozy, let's dive into the plot. With Mac J by my side, there's so much to be sought. Mods from the stars, they light up the night. Chillin' with Van, everything feels just right. Welcome to the mystery, the thrill, the thrill we embrace. Solving cases together we'll trace. With Tabby and Maggie, the journey's begun. With laughter and stories, we'll shine like the sun. Spirit Time vibes with Lisa and Mark. Tia and Mel igniting the spark. According to Lean, curiosity flows. A curious rose in a garden of woes. Sweet misery whispers, tales that enthrall. While Matt, Meg, and Jody, we gather them all. Welcome to the mystery, the thrill we embrace. Solving cases together we'll trace. With Tabby and Maggie, the journey's begun. With laughter and stories, we'll shine like the sun. So come along, join the fun tonight. In Aussie true crime, everything feels so right.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome in.
Hello, everyone.
Just warning that we have changed a lot in StreamYard, so Mac J's having trouble staying on already.
Yes.
So if she disappears, she'll come back. But as normal, everything's changing. I think every time we log in, there's new changes.
It feels that way, it does.
But yet there's nothing for the better. So who we got? Beautiful Miss Jody, little Miss Sharon, how are you, my darling? We've missed you. Kaz, welcome in. Beautiful little Miss Sharon, thank you so much. And 6 months. That is cool. We have a special one at the moment. Let me play you. Beautiful babies. God, I want both them babies home. Thank you so much, little Miss Sharon. Mary Jane, welcome in, my darling. Of course, my focus, welcome in. Tammy Wells, we haven't seen you in here for a while. Welcome in. Mary Jane, thank you so much. It means a lot to me because I want to try and help just pay the StreamYard. So
yeah.
It does mean a lot. Because I think it's like $70 a month now. It's getting crazy.
It is. It's just getting higher and higher.
Yeah, and that's just for the cheap plan. Matt, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while as well. It's so good to see all these old faces coming back.
It is.
Okay, so we've got a few things that I want to touch on tonight. I was going to do it last night because it was our Wednesday for William, but grandkids had different things in play as normal. Kitty Witty, welcome in, my darling. I hope I haven't missed anyone. But we're on a time schedule tonight, so I just want to get on with it. I do have some cups to show you, but I'm going to show you at the end. That's what I've been working on when I haven't been listening to this. But let's pull up our first one. And I'm sure a lot of you's probably seen this yesterday. It's William hit the news. Now, don't get excited because it's nothing that we can use. But I do have my opinion on it. And it's about this time every year we get a story about William. It's either been the tree, it's been the foster parents and their charges. Do you know what I mean? It's just always something, and we get something. And it's usually what we get is nothing, but then we get something big. So my fingers are really, really crossed that the inquest results are coming, because yesterday we got this, and it's a load of nothing, but they put it out as if it was something. I've got this one from the Australian only because Gary Jubilin's in there having his say, and whether we like it or not, he is attached to this case, and he will always be there to say his say when something big happens.
Yes.
Your screen is flashing, Aussie. My lights? I've got lights that are flashing.
Yeah, it might be the lights. I can't see anything else on the screen flashing.
Or our background. I can change the background. Hang on.
It's normal. Yeah.
I hope that helps. I know your eyes are bad, so I hope that helps. It could be just my lights because they're like flash different colours. It helps with the grandkids. It keeps them quiet. Okay, so this one was from the Australian. Obviously, he has his 2 cents, and we'll listen.
Marked the 14th birthday of William Tyrrell when he disappeared. Today would have marked the 14th birthday of William Tyrrell.
Okay, so no, this is old.
He disappeared whilst playing in his foster grandmother's backyard on the mid-north coast of New South Wales.
This would have been this year, but it wasn't the other day. Because it wasn't William's birthday. It was back in July or June.
It's now 11 years since that disappearance, and still we don't have answers. Today I spoke to William's foster mother. She contacted me in regards to the fact that it was his 14th birthday, and obviously expressed the emotional toll that this whole situation has taken on her. I've said publicly I do not think William's foster mother is involved in the disappearance. I don't think she has any knowledge of the disappearance. I've also sat through over 6 years of hearings and inquest into...
Yep.
Did you watch Deception's videos on William? What
I watched
Chamberlain.
About what we all think of him.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you know what I mean? He was so attached to this case for so long, and that's what I mean. It doesn't matter what we think. If anything comes out, he's going to be in there saying his 2 cents worth. If he's not, then it's not a true thing to come out. But this is, we don't need to listen to this because this is only old. This is from back when the foster parents done it. But what happened yesterday was the Spider-Man suit. So a Spider-Man suit was found at a property east of where William Tyrrell was last seen and has been ruled out to being having any links to the boy. The suit was found on a beach property at Dumbalgan, a small seaside town about 20 minutes from Kendall on the New South Wales mid-north coast, where the 3-year-old was last seen in 2013. Of course, there's our beautiful little boy. William was last seen at his foster grandmother's house with his sister on September 12, 2014. He was wearing a Spider-Man suit at the time of his disappearance and has not been seen since. A large-scale search was launched to find William, who was initially believed to have been abducted. Investigators have spent the last 4 years searching for his remains. Several searches have been conducted in the area since his disappearance, including in 2021 and 2022 were investigators tearing up the grandmother's home and nearby bushland. And it just goes into more of the history. So the suit was forensically examined by the Strike Force Roseanne detectives from State Crime Commander's Homicide Squad and has been ruled out as having any connection to do with the William Terrell investigation. So as I said, it's just another way to get William's case out there again. But there's nothing. Beautiful Megan, welcome in, my darling. Oh, and thank you so much. She gifted a membership, whoever got that membership. Oh, thank you. So, yeah. So I think it's just another way to get it out there, and let's have fingers crossed that it means that we're going to get the inquest soon. Because we need it. William needs it. Okay, so on to little Gus. Can I say I was so excited that this search came back out. And we so needed it. Do you know what I mean? I do know that they have moved out 5 kilometres from the house, but we've seen the yard. We've seen how big this property is. They need to go further than just 5 kilometres because we're now talking 2 weeks. The Spirit Walker, the Aboriginal tracker, has been very quiet. He has put out like little things. Jody, if I can answer it, I will. He has put out little things, but he's been very, very quiet as well.
I think the question she was about, were they William's foster grandparents? No?
Where he was staying, yes, they were. They were the foster mother's parents. So they weren't the biological parents of William.
Okay.
Is Josie biologically related to Gus? Yes. Through the mother. So the mother is Gus's biological mother. We do have a timeline picture. Is it in this one? So the stories we have been getting with Gus, it is, and I do have here.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
So I actually went looking for this when you asked me in the comments, Jody, and I meant to write back to you, but grandmother Blaine, straight out the window. But Peffer and Claire Peffer are the parents of Shanann, who is the grandmother. They inherited the property to start with. They passed it down to Shannon. Shannon and Robert Murray, who is the transgender grandmother Josie, were married, and they've had Jessica, and then Jessica married Joseph and had Gus and Ronnie. So the transgender Robert Murray to Josie Murray is, yes, the biological to the mother. The mother's name's Jessica Murray. Well, it's Lamont now, but I'm assuming it would have been Murray because it's Shannon and Robert Murray.
Yeah.
I know that's why I kept that article because you did ask. I just feel we all get a bad feeling with this one. It's, as I said, it's heavy on my heart because I feel William all over again. I don't think we're going to have this one solved, sadly. But the stories is, and since the search started, is all we're getting is silly stories. So I liked this one because it had a few more pictures, but it's about a grave that was found on the property, and it's this one. it wasn't far from the house, I don't think, but it's an 8-month-old baby, but it died back in 1971, and it was before they even had the property. So, do you know what I mean? It's nice to know, but it doesn't really help us find
No, it
Gus.
doesn't.
It's not really got anything to do with it, but I also did like the fact that we got a bit of the family tree. I have been putting a heap of these videos on. If you look down in my videos, I've been updating my videos with all of the ones that have been coming out. Ones that I think are keeping to the news. What's this one that I've got? So they've had another one that they've released today, and it was about a man, Benjamin, that went missing. Now, he went missing the day before Gus. They found him racing around in a car being silly, but it was 2 hours from where Gus went missing. So, again, do you know what I mean? I think everyone's just trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I did keep this one. Now, I have put this one up on my channel. Let me go to my channel. So if you just go to my videos, you can see I've been keeping them all up here.
We begin with exclusive new details about the night 4-year-old Gus Lamont vanished on his family's outback property.
Lauren Rose is live at Yunta. And Lauren, we're learning more about what family members were doing when he disappeared.
We are, Will, and while it helps paint a picture of that tragic night, sadly, there's still no sign of the 4-year-old. 7 News has been able to establish a timeline starting at 5 p.m. on Saturday, September 27, when Gus was last seen playing in sand out the front of the homestead. We now know Gus's grandma was watching his little brother Ronnie inside, while his mum and another grandparent were 10 kilometres away looking after the station's sheep. Gus was discovered missing at 5:30 and the police were called 3 hours later. Today, 80 members of the Australian Defence Force have split into groups of 20 to widen the search area even further. They've been walking up to 25 kilometres a day in hot and harsh conditions. It's now been 18 days since Gus wandered off. In Australia, his disappearance has been compared to the high-profile missing persons cases of Azaria Chamberlain and William Tyrrell, while overseas media has drawn parallels of their own.
We have a missing persons case with ourselves, with family, a young girl called Madeleine McCann, who many years ago went missing in Portugal. And people still talk about it, and we still try and theorise as to exactly what happened.
Tomorrow, the search will start and finish earlier as temperatures here are set to soar into the mid-30s by the afternoon. It will resume on Friday. Such is the determination to find closure for Gus's family.
Okay. Is it going to take us back?
Yeah.
That one gave us a little bit more of the timeline, I found.
It did, and I'm glad it did, because I was getting frustrated with the timeline.
Just seeing if I think I missed some questions there.
Yeah, there were a few of them. What was the one I just highlighted? Yeah, that one.
Who got the gifted membership? Oh, Focus said he got it. He should have been a member. I heard Gus left outside alone for 30. Well, that's the timeline we've been given, but I don't believe. Because, do you mean the thing is, even if he was, when they had the dogs out there, there would have been some kind of scent if he had been playing there for a half an hour, and there would have been footprints if he was in the sand. Beautiful Twiggy, welcome in, my darling. How are you? Charlie Buzzer says that he could have been taken by wildlife. Wouldn't there be signs? You would think there would be signs, but even when the Aboriginal tracker was out there, he said that there's not a lot of wildlife that would have taken it. Do you know what I mean? They were looking for birds. You got to remember, in that first week, you had him and the SES worker and his wife that was going out. Do you know what I mean? There'd be something. In my opinion. I'm not saying that. That's just... Well, it's not like America with bears and bobcats and coyotes. Well, we do have our own ones.
We have the crazy big bird theory at the moment. I mean,
a bird
I
wouldn't
don't
take
see it.
4-year-old.
Yeah, no, I don't see it either.
I can't understand why you would leave a little dude out there. Neither do I. Do you mean my oldest granddaughter is 9 and I don't even let her out of my sight, let alone the little ones? No way. But then again, my grandkids just tell me I watch too much YouTube as well. So, among the mid-30s, yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. They've called the search off today at lunchtime because of the heat that you had there. I do know that. Muscles and Mascara, welcome in, my darling. Is she in or did she? So, can a kangaroo hop off with a 4-year-old? No.
No.
They keep saying our dingoes or our pigs. Now, they would have pigs out there, but even a pig wouldn't take a 4-year-old, and if you did, it would drag it. Do you know what I mean? There would be drag marks of a 4-year-old. Same with the dingo, and there's no dingoes out there. The dingoes are up in the top of Queensland. I don't see it being wildlife. Do you know what I mean? If it was wildlife, we would have found something by now. Copper told me I want to watch too much on the CI channel. Yeah. That's what I always say to Focus. I would hate to see if I got picked up and I ever had to have a copper go through my phone. They would just arrest me there on the spot for everything out in there. And I'd be just like, so it's just from my YouTube channel, I promise. Jody, there would be some mess and screaming of a dingo and it wouldn't be able to carry him off so easily. Yeah, there would be drag marks and there would be some kind of thing. Okay, she got gifted it. Have they searched the inside of the house and the sheds? No. I have not seen or heard of them going actually in. We have heard that the family's cooperating, but we've not heard of them going in. Well, it's just about to get hotter. It's too hot for grown adults. So they did call it off halfway through today, and I do know that there is a good one here I got from Daily Mail. It goes for about 8 minutes. This is the latest one that we got this afternoon. So this come out in our news tonight.
The biggest search in South Australian history, the painstaking mission to find a little boy who vanished in the outback, is set to wrap up tomorrow.
Lauren Rose is live at Yunta for us. And Lauren, unless there's an 11th hour breakthrough, Gus Lamont may never be found.
Rosanna, as you can imagine, this is not a decision emergency crews have made lightly, but by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, they will have scoured the areas they set out to on this second phase of the search for the 4-year-old. Australian Defence Force personnel followed a wider circumference from the homestead where Gus was last seen 19.
Do you remember seeing that or hearing that?
What's that?
I've highlighted what Jody said, but I heard the same thing, but I can't remember where.
He has. Both, all of the family don't want people on the property. They have been turning back, like people from the public that have been wanting to go help. The only one they're letting on is the police to do that, whatever searches they have to. But yeah, they don't want people on the property. I've heard it, and
Well,
it's
that's
really, really strange. Really strange.
Really red flag.
Beautiful Kaz, welcome in, my darling. This makes me angry. Don't call off the set. They're going to tomorrow.
Yep.
They've worked for half a day today, and they called it off at lunchtime. They are starting tomorrow, but if they don't find it, and they'll probably call it off because you're going to get hotter tomorrow than what you did today. So I'm expecting it to be called off early.
What about could they search the actual house itself?
You think they would be able to, but I haven't heard that they have gone into the actual house, that only the property around it.
Nights ago, where experts say it's possible he could have walked to, but still there's nothing. When he went missing, he was wearing a sun hat, a t-shirt, pants and boots. None of that has been found. The operation has been physically demanding too. Today, temperatures have reached 36 degrees and strong winds have whipped up dust.
Everyone is doing everything they can, and we can't ask anything more of South Australian Police and the ADF and other agencies that are involved.
If nothing is found tomorrow, Gus's case won't be closed. Long-term missing persons investigations stay open. It's possible police could return here again in the future.
And so they should. Okay.
They might not have a warrant to search their house, I just thought.
I don't know what that just went to. Something else. Okay. Don't want to get wild pigs. I don't know if you would get wild pigs there. I think they're further north. There's not a lot of wildlife around that when I was looking it up that would take them. But yeah. So the deception detective did do one on this. Let me get his link because I want to share it. And I always know I'm on the right case with a case when I know when I see him do one on it.
Yeah, he did it not long after our yeah. So yeah. It must have caught on international attention. Like it's not normal for the bigger channels to cover a case like one that's just broken out in Australia, you know?
I just got the massive case of the sneezes. All right, and hang on, I'm just going to change our banner to our copyright one, just so we don't get in trouble. Please go over and like his page.
Obviously, everyone at home watching has their own theories. Is that helpful?
I think it's totally unhelpful.
I mean, as a nation, we're riddled with armchair detectives. In fact, I think globally we are, and everyone always has an opinion
I'm
based
just
on
having a
very little
attack.
information.
You would think it'd be quite easy to find a toddler that's just walked away from the sandpit.
Former homicide detective Charlie Bazina says police would be looking at all avenues.
I agree. It should be easy to find a tot who simply wandered off, which is why I don't think that's quite what happened to Gus Lamont. In today's video, let's break down this disappearance from Down Under, whether the local police like it or not. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation, so if that's...
And he also has a very, very big list on William Terrell, so he is worth going to check out because he does a great job on these cases.
He does. He really...
Go.
I think I've watched all of his William Terrells, actually. They're really good.
Yeah, a lot of them don't do Aussie cases, so I love that he does.
Yeah.
It's your thing, hit subscribe. For early access to new videos, exclusive videos, and other cool perks, consider becoming a channel member. Link in description. If you're unfamiliar with this case, don't worry. The news clip we're about to react to will bring you up to speed. So there's just one last thing I want to clarify before we grab our deception decks and start analyzing, and it's this. Just because I think that Gus didn't simply wander off, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was foul play. For example, when I first started looking into William Terrell, another famous missing child case from Down Under, my initial instinct was that he'd probably wandered off and gotten lost or was taken by an animal. But after a massive search and rescue effort turned up nothing, the odds of that theory plummeted. Then my subscribers sent me some of the statements his foster parents were making, and once I determined that they were deceptive, the odds that they
like, the parents are already complaining that they're getting harassed, and it's only just started going, like, worldwide now. Jimmy, by the time the sleuths get underneath it, they're going to rip this family apart because it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just have these sneezing attacks. It must be hay fever or something. I'm not sick at the moment, I know that. Could be the cat.
Could be.
they were directly involved in his disappearance shot up. In other words, whenever I approach a new case for the first time, I set my baseline at the statistically most likely scenario and then adjust based on the new evidence that comes in. Each case has to be analyzed individually. All right, without further ado, let's watch.
1 minute he was playing outside. The next, he was gone. Exactly what happened to preschooler Gus Lamont, no one knows. After 2 weeks without answers, speculation is building, and a former homicide detective has his own theory.
It's like he's just vaporised.
The search for Gus.
We've got a unique situation, such a rural, isolated area, and a 4-year-old goes missing.
How could he vanish without trace? Remote South Australia, a sheep grazing station south of Yunta, 300 kilometres north of Adelaide. This is where 4-year-old August Lamont, or Gus, was last seen.
4-year-old lad, they just don't disappear into thin air. They have to be somewhere. So our job is to try and find which way he's gone.
Described by his family as a quiet but adventurous boy, they're desperate for him to be found. But police say there's little hope of him being found alive.
The search for Gus has probably been one of the largest, most intensive searches for a missing person conducted in South Australia in recent times.
Our little boy lost.
They said where he was today that the temperatures reached a level, Megan, where they had to actually stop the search at 12. I do know that they're starting earlier tomorrow, but they're expecting another hot day, so they're expecting another hot day, so it will probably be turned off at 12 again, and tomorrow's the last day of the search. So they will be stopping again.
Wants his mum. Everyone pulls together in this sort of country. You just drop what you're doing and go. You don't question it.
Little Gus was last seen by his grandmother on Saturday the 27th of September at about 5 p.m. at his family's homestead, playing in a mound of dirt. At 5:30, his grandmother couldn't find him and reported him missing to police at 8:30. An hour later, police arrive and a search is launched. The next day, that search is ramped up. Police, SES.
They say that like it was such a short time. That's 3 hours from when they realised he was missing to when they actually called police, and that is ridiculous. Do you mean
it is?
That's red flag to me. Red flag. Something's happened. They've got rid of poor Gus, I think, somewhere and cleaned up. 3 hours is a long time.
It is.
I'm in South Australia, yeah. It was hot here, but it's really messed up. It's hot here, but it's really messed up. Just wasted precious time by cooling off the search. It started again. Yeah. So what I mean, we've heard from Gary Jubelin sit there and say they learnt from William. I don't think they've learnt from William, and this case is proving it. They've not learnt. It was 30 here in Vic today. Way too hot. That's our weather. It was hot here today. I think we got to like 27.
Yikes.
But I'm still sitting here with the fan blaring on me. I think I was more accustomed to Melbourne than I thought.
Helicopters, drones and water police searching a 2.5 kilometre radius of the family property. On Tuesday, a family spokesperson talks to the media.
Our hearts are aching and we are holding on to hope that he will be found.
A toddler vanishes from a rural home. A record-breaking search and rescue effort turns up basically nothing, and none of the multiple adults who were around at the time know what happened. It's actually suspicious just how many cases we've covered on the channel that I could be describing, even down to the grandmother being one of the adults who was on the property. I could be talking about Summer Wells, Lillian Jack Sullivan, Dylan Ealer, or William Turrell. And that's exactly why I said earlier that we need to be careful about stereotyping cases based on superficial similarities. And in this case, at least, Gus Lamont's parents haven't made any public statements, which is a huge difference from all the other cases I talked about. I'll tell you what I think about them not making any statements yet in a moment. For now, let's just get the rest of the case facts.
On Tuesday, a family spokesperson talks to the media.
Our hearts are aching and we are holding on to hope that he will be found.
The same day, a boot print is found at the property, but later ruled out as not related. On Wednesday, the 1st of October, major crime detectives arrive on scene, but there's no suggestion of foul play. Thursday, the family release a photo of Gus.
So with the boot print, we have to realise there was two. The first boot print, they've still not said that that's not related. That was the one that was 500 metres from the house. Then they found a second boot print that was down by the dam or the water, like it was like a dam that they were going through. That is the boot print that they said is not related to Gus because it was too big. So there are two that was found. The one that was only 500 metres from the house, they've not ruled out, but they've not said a lot about lately. The second one was the one that they ruled out. Don't forget Sebastian Rogers. He just went through from his house. Yeah. He does so well on so many cases. He really does.
The Australian Defence Force joins the search. Still, no sign of him. On Friday, the 3rd of October, the search is scaled back.
We've all been hoping for a miracle. That miracle was not eventuated.
So what's next in the search for Gus?
Well, I think they'd be looking at possible accident. They would be looking at third-party involvement in terms of the child being abducted. I think all avenues of inquiry are open at the moment.
Forensic psychologist Tim Watson-Munro says for him, the case is a chilling reminder of another little boy who went missing, William Tyrrell.
We remain optimistic, but being realistic, given the effluxion of time If he's wandered off somewhere on the property, it's hard to see how a 4-year-old could survive on their own resources for this period of time.
In addition to the search activity, there has been concurrent inquiries undertaken as a matter of course, as you would expect when a 4-year-old child goes missing, and those inquiries are continuing.
Acting South Australian Police Commissioner Linda Williams says the family is fully cooperating with the investigation.
The investigation is now being managed by Missing Persons Section, which is part of Major Crime Investigation Branch, and that's where all long-term cases such as this are managed and investigated, which is standard practice.
A family friend spoke out.
I mean, that's a thing. Like, I understand that that's where all of the cases go, but they go there long term. This case was handed over within 2 weeks as a long missing person case. Like, alarm bells ringing big time. And as for the parents, like, I know that they say that they're cooperating with police. The fact we haven't heard from them, it scares me because it just puts William Terrell again. Do you know what I mean? How long was it before we heard from them? And it's just all of that. And then I was actually on a page the other day. I can't remember where it was, but it was talking about the parents not coming out. And there was a lady, Anita Smith, on there. Now, Anita Smith works for, actually, I don't know who she works for now, and I can't say it, but she was a lady in William Terrell who brought out that William Terrell was a foster child. She made them bring it out in the courts, and it took her a couple of years, but she, like, fights for children that are in care. And the fact that she is commenting on this case, again, is just red flags for me because, do you know what I mean? She done so much for William's case. I am not putting, like, I adore the woman for what she done. But the fact that she's already commenting on this case just makes me wonder, was there child welfare involvement before? If that makes sense. Like, and if it comes out, I'm not going to be surprised. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's all in my opinion.
Shutting down speculation of the child being snatched from the property.
Stop with the conspiracy theories. This child has not been taken. The property, in theory, there's a public road, but in reality, there are 6 gates on that road out to the highway.
We've seen a family spokesperson and a family friend talking to the press, but no actual family. And in a missing persons case, that's a red flag. The reason is, in most crimes like murder or robbery, there's only upside to exercising your right to silence, even if you're innocent. But when a loved one is missing, exercising your right to silence means that you're basically valuing the tiny risk of falsely incriminating yourself over the opportunity to appear on TV and beg potential witnesses to come forward, ask for help searching, address any potential kidnappers, or even just get more attention on the case so the police feel more pressure to solve it. That said, it's still too early to say for sure that Gus's parents' silence is suspicious. There might be some legitimate reasons for it, which we're just not privy to. Maybe I'll go over some of those if we do a part 2. For now, I want to wrap up this video with what I think happened to Gus based on what we know so far. So let's keep watching because there's still a few key details left in this report that we need to make that deduction.
Obviously, everyone at home watching has their own theories. Is that helpful?
I think it's totally unhelpful. I mean, as a nation, we're riddled with armchair detectives. In fact, I think globally we are. And everyone always has an opinion based on very little information.
You would think it'd be quite easy to find a toddler that's just walked away from the sandpit.
Former homicide detective Charlie Bazina says police would be looking at all avenues.
When you're looking at the location of the property, we know we've got dingoes out there, foxes, feral cats, wedge-tailed eagles and the likes. To me, it's starting to look like every indication of, as long as the police are happy with the family and their bona fides, that it may well be a situation where he may have been taken by an animal.
As the search continues at the...
It's a 45-minute drive from the house to the highway. It's not... Yeah, I know. And that's what I was saying. They were bringing out today... We're all armchair detectives. They were bringing out today a story about a guy that went missing the day before Gus. and about him driving erratic, and then they found his car. But it was 2 hours away from where Gus went missing. And 45 minutes from the house. That doesn't mean you wouldn't be getting a lot of people that would just be driving past. If you look at the area, there's nothing around there. You okay? Destroying the place? Take your eyes off him for 2 seconds. Take him by what? I know. There's not a lot that could take him out there. While this keeps going, I'm going to look up if a wedge-tailed eagle can take a 4-year-old child.
Heart of the investigation, a little boy missing who needs to be found.
It's a matter of, we need to find answers for the family. We'll do as best we can to the extent we can, but a line will be in the sand where they're going to say, you know what, we've done everything possible, and this may remain a mystery forever and a day.
Well, let's hope that's not the case and police come up with answers soon.
Until we have statements from Gus's parents, it's hard to determine how involved they are because there's no way to assess their veracity. That said, every day that goes by without them making a public statement, the odds that they're deliberately hiding something go up. Check the end card for my William Tyrrell playlist and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next installment in this series. If you want to continue, let me know by liking, commenting, sharing, and hyping. Until next time, stay true.
So again, I'm going to share his link. Please go over and like and share, or like, comment, do all the things. We use his content. So just quickly, I just looked up, can a wedge-tailed eagle lift a 4-year-old child? And it says no. A wedge-tailed eagle cannot lift a 4-year-old child, as its child weight far exceeds an eagle's lifting capacity of 4 to 5 kilograms. So that answers that one. I will keep going. Maybe a brown snake. See, I've thought if something like a snake or something bit him, but again, there'll be something there. He would be there. Do you know what I mean? If something had got him, he wouldn't be able to run away. He wouldn't, it would immobilize him more.
Yeah.
I've seen him taking a goat. Okay. So the other thing, other than all of this that I have been surrounding myself in, and I am going to keep watching, I will put them in my videos tomorrow once they stop the search and if anything else gets found. But I've been occupying myself with making some cups. And I think I showed one of them on me doing the snow globe. So I am going to do these as channel cups as well for people to buy. So this is like the glitter one. And I can do any colours. I have got some labels and that coming, some DTFs coming with like our channel badge. So we'll have like the flag thing, the Aussie thing that we have. I done the glitter one for the kids. They wanted the glitter. But what I did for us, this is my blood one. So it's going to have our logo on it. I've done like a 3D ice thing for these as well.
Oh,
so
lovely.
Drink cups. But imagine the logo on the front once it gets here. And then you can see the blood dripping down. And I can make them faster or slower. But yeah.
That is so awesome.
Nice. That's what I've been occupying my time with when there's no news, when we're quiet. There would also be some type of tracks, and the tracker didn't find anything. Yep.
Yeah.
We've got to remember for the first week, you had that SES guy and his wife that had both been in many of searches, and they were going out night and day. They said the father went out one night with them, but they were going out through the night as well, and they were looking for tracks of any kind. They were looking for birds of prey. Do you mean we know that the Aboriginal tracker would have been? I love that. I only heard of an eagle taking a baby lamb or a small dog around here. Yeah, I couldn't see it being the blood drip. I know, it's mad, isn't it? My favourite one is and now I just sit here all day and just turn it up and down. But I have made a couple of these, as I said. Once the rest of it comes, I'll put a little video out with them. But I'm so proud of them. How much does Gus weigh? Let me see if it tells us. Okay, I know my grandson's 2 and he's like 25 kilos.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be saying it's to 30, 35.
Yeah.
It just says he was 4. It doesn't actually tell us his weight yet. You got to remember, they're hard coming out with these details because we don't even know if the picture's real at the moment. So, and
yeah, I saw some.
Go.
I saw some of that debate today on Facebook over the AI. Is Gus even real? And
like, there was another one that came out, and I think it was like 2 days ago, and it made me sick. It was a person, like kidnapping a little boy, and it looked like Gus, and it was done on AI completely. And I know Focus brought it to me, and he's like, "Have you seen this?" And I looked at it, and I said, "I had," but what scared me was the picture was identical to Gus. So I don't know, because I know that you can put pictures in that is ChatGPTs now and make them look like it. I don't know. Are you okay? Do you just want to join the show or something? No, you just want to wrap yourself on my microphone. I get it. But yeah, I know. And it's just, nothing's making sense though, Mary Jane. Nothing in this case is adding up. I don't know. It's a long one. You done now? You gonna? Can I get him over? No. He's just out of the camera.
Oh.
Up. Up. Can they see you now?
Yeah.
He's like, don't dub me in. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Keep an eye out in my videos. AI scares me. It does me too, Kaz.
Yeah.
I can do little bits. Like I can handle them helping me make a song and things like that. But yeah. The things they're putting out is scary.
It is.
You're just going to need on my bare leg. I swear cats don't think. Twiggy, this is my daughter's cat, but he spends a lot more time. Look, they think you're beautiful. They really don't know you, do they?
He's adorable though.
He spends a lot more time out here annoying me than he does annoying my daughter. don't you? I think Mac J's up. I'm like, I gotta go get the cat. The cat's calling me. He knows it. That's the problem. He does know he's beautiful. All right. Well, I think that's it. We're still in our hour gap for you.
Yes.
Mac J's got to get up early in the morning, so I'm like, it'll just be an hour, I promise. I love cats. I have 3. We've got 2. Well, my daughter's got 2. She's got this one who she picked up from a rescue place, but his eye goes crooked and he's missing one of his teeth, so he looks at you a bit weirdly sometimes. So when he was getting adopted out, he was returned 7 times, and then we took him, and now he's just, I think he's picked me, and he's just like my best friend. He's always out here annoying me, but he does come up and give me kisses. So. And then she's got like a big fluffy black one that she calls Diesel, but he's like stuck to her all the time. I'd say I'm a dog person, but I've always got the cat with me. It's just personality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just picks to hang out here. I think he likes the Hey?
He always seems to know whenever you're going live.
Yeah. He does. You're spoiled, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. He's my mascot. All right. I'll finish it there. So just keep it like an eye out on the videos. I will keep putting things out there. And we'll probably see you in a couple of days.
You will.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Give me your ass now.
Aussie true crime on the rise. Investigate the scene, uncover the lies. From Melbourne to Sydney, all the way to Perth. No case too tough, we'll dig into the dirt. We'll crack the code, find the truth, bring justice to the table. No excuse, Australian legends in the game, bringing light to darkness, no shame. Just got a super child, let's celebrate. Raise a glass for all the cases we've solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. From cold cases to missing persons, we'll leave no stone unturned. Every virgin detectives in our hearts will never give up. But justice and truth will always hear us. Ooh, thank you so much. Let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. For all the cases we solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Thank you so much.